Hey, fam, welcome to another senior moment. I'm your host, Dion Rivers, owners of Rivers Insurance Agency and seniormed.info. Welcome, fam. Thanks for stopping by once again. And in this senior moment, what we're going to be discussing are 7 helpful ways, according to Dr. Jacob Teitelbaum, in preventing dementia. Dementia is something, unfortunately, that in the United States we see anywhere from 5 to 10 million seniors impacted by this debilitating condition. There are some alternative ways outside of the prescription drugs that don't really seem to make a real impact, unfortunately, on this condition. Some of the major ones that we see using for this treatment of dementia are, according to Dr. Teitelbaum, Aricept and Dementia. The thing is, he says, that they're just mildly impactful and mildly effective. So for the amount of toxicity that might develop in the body, he does not recommend them if you can use these alternative methods that we're going to talk about. Now, Dr. Teitelbaum has an excellent system that he uses so that you can remember how to impact this condition. He uses a mnemonic, dementia, that is DEMENTIA, which actually spells out these 7 different steps that he uses. If that is 7, 7 different, I think he includes I and A at the end together. But those 7 different steps, let's run through them real quickly. So he talks about drugs being the first one, D for dementia. And he basically says that if you can, try to get off as many drugs. If they're not necessary, of course, you want to always check in with your primary care physician. He recommends, if at all possible, getting off things such as Benadryl or tricyclic antidepressants, incontinence medicines, those types of things. Now again, do not just run out and get off these drugs because Dr. Teitelbaum says so. Make sure you check in with your primary care physician. But in his opinion, he feels like these drugs do help exacerbate or help to bring on early dementia. So he suggests, if at all possible, to either limit those drugs or get off them altogether. E, emotions. The doc also recommends that natural remedies can be very, very helpful in dealing with any emotional issues that you might be dealing with. Many seniors, unbeknownst to the general population, oftentimes do suffer from depression, from children leaving home, family being away, being all alone, having outlived sometimes friends and family. It can be, unfortunately, depressing or bring on some type of anxiety. So sometimes there is a need for antidepressant drugs. But Dr. Teitelbaum suggests that you might even rely on things such as turmeric or curcumin, which are also great antioxidants, also great for blood circulation. And of course, when the blood is circulating, I might also say ginkgo biloba, which is very mild. It is a blood thinner. So if you're already on a blood thinner, you again want to check in with your primary care physician to make sure that you are not going to be in a dangerous position. Okay? But again, anytime you're going to improve blood circulation, that is going to have an impact on brain function overall. And of course, brain function at its highest levels is going to be best for you in terms of preventing things like Alzheimer's and or dementia. The third one he talks about in terms of M in this mnemonic for dementia is your metabolism. So often we see with our senior population, obviously there's less activity, so the metabolic process slows down. Sometimes that slowing down can have an impact on overall mood, on overall state of mind, but again, brain function as well. because, again, circulation is reduced, food absorption is reduced, and therefore vitamin absorption is reduced, and therefore possibly long-term side effects are going to be brain impairment, brain dysfunction, as well as many other associated illnesses and issues. So try to do things that are going to increase your metabolic rate, like walking, low-impact aerobics, swimming, little tennis if you can do it, gardening. All those things will be very, very helpful in helping to increase your metabolic processes in the body. Again, overall desire to increase brain function. He talks about E in this mnemonic: ears and eyes. Check your eyes, check your ears on a regular basis, every 1 to 2 years. Need to do that. Very, very important. N in this mnemonic: nutrition. I'm not going to harp on that because you guys know we always talk about nutrition. Nutrition is super, super important. Very, very necessary as we age because bone density decreases. We lose protein. If we're not getting protein in our in our daily diet, it's important to supplement that. So think about nutrition. Think about natural ways you can get it. Green leafy vegetables. Make sure that if you're not getting your omega-3s, those are also very important. Very much important. If you're a fish eater, very, very great source to get that kind of stuff. Nuts as well. Okay? So nutrition. Then we move on to T, tumors. Again, that speaks for itself. If there's a diagnosis already in place, obviously that's something you want to work closely with your primary care physician. But certainly things like turmeric, as we mentioned, also increasing blood flow, ginkgo biloba, even cayenne pepper, if you're looking at natural remedies, going to be great for improving blood circulation and also potentially preventing tumor development. Okay? Look that up. Do your research, please. And then we move on to I, which is infections and anemia. That is the last part of this mnemonic that we call dementia for Dr. Teitelbaum. He says infections and anemia are going to also be something that you want to be mindful of. Infections can have long-term impact on brain function as well as impairment. So be mindful. Don't just dismiss it. You think it's a little infection, no big deal. Obviously, we talked about blood circulation, anemia being part and parcel of low blood circulation, and of course, low iron levels. So please be mindful of that when you're thinking about it. These things are not unrelated. Brain function, anemia, infections, nutrition, proper rest, proper exercise, all of these are going to be important for you. So just to review real quick, we use this mnemonic by Dr. Teitelbaum, and he uses D for drugs, E for emotions. We talked about metabolism, ears and eyes, getting them checked, nutrition. Get your B vitamins, B6, B12, very, very helpful for brain function and energy. Okay, so that you can get out in the garden, so that you go swimming, do your walking, playing with the grandkids. Tumors and other brain issues, be mindful. And of course, lastly, infections and anemia. Now, real quick, this has been a long senior moment, right? Real quickly, though, I just want to say to you, if you're open to things like blueberries, these are great tools for antioxidants, but they've been found to be very, very effective in improving brain function. Okay, green leafy vegetables are rich in flavonoids. They're very good for you, very good for the brain. Proper rest too is very important. Always be mindful of that, because if you don't get proper rest, memory loss and then long-term effects can be a brain dysfunction or brain impairment. So as we said, blueberries extract vitamin C, vitamin E. These are going to be trace minerals in things like celery, and celery seeds also very, very helpful for you. So you can eat it. Obviously, if you juice it, you'll be able to get more nutrition and more of those trace minerals. So again, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope the information was good, and I hope you can put it to use. This has been another Senior Moment with your man for senior health, Dion. Hope to see you guys another time. Take care.